man would rather play dead and hold a funeral for himself, fooling his friends and family to come and cry for him on the scene. Once everyone accepted the fact that he had died, he would suddenly announce to the world that he had come back to life, all to gain the attention of the entire nation. He was once a hugely popular celebrity, but for various reasons, he gradually fell to the point of being ignored by everyone. In order to bring his career back to the top, he thought of using the method of coming back from the dead to deceive people's attention. Before implementing the plan, the assistant injected him with an anesthetic because it would make it look more realistic. After the funeral was over, the assistant would personally dig him out of the grave to keep him from feeling lonely underground. The assistant also put a cell phone in his pocket, making it convenient for the two to communicate. As expected, many people came on the day of the funeral, including friends and family, as well as colleagues in the industry and members of high society. People all lamented the loss of this young actor in his prime. The news was too sudden for them, so people came spontaneously to see him off. However, what no one expected was that this funeral was actually a scam. During the memorial service, the big screen played movies the man had starred in during his lifetime. People watched in silence, all feeling incredibly sympathetic, but no one could have imagined that the man was having a better time than anyone else right now. Not only did the coffin have a starry sky ceiling inside, he could also eat snacks while watching a live broadcast of the funeral. To find out if his plan had succeeded, he even specifically searched online. Sure enough, everything was as he had expected. In addition to the audience present, many celebrities also posted tribute videos on social media platforms. It seemed that the news of his death had already caused quite a stir. The man happily took out a bottle of vodka from behind him and even turned on music to celebrate for himself, because this funeral would not only allow him to regain popularity, but also bring in tens of millions in monetary gifts. It was like killing two birds with one stone. In his excitement, he even danced happily. Soon night fell, and the many guests dispersed one after another. It was time for the man to execute the second step of his plan. His agent sent him a video, telling him that he was on his way to the cemetery, but at that moment, an accident happened. The only agent who knew about his plan suddenly had a car accident and died halfway there. The man never imagined that his plan to come back from the dead would turn into being buried alive. At that moment, his heart gradually turned from excitement to despair. But fortunately, he had kept a cell phone with him. The man's first reaction was to call the police. This was the quickest way to get him rescued. But just as the call connected, the man heartlessly hung up the phone, because telling the police about this was equivalent to telling everyone, and his plan would fail. So the man's second reaction was to individually contact his good friends. Everyone had just attended his funeral and would absolutely not believe the fact that the man was still alive. They all took his messages as a prank and even cursed at him. In the end, they even directly blocked him. The man was devastated. What would it take for people to believe he was still alive? So he simply called his friend's phone. His own voice definitely couldn't be mistaken. However, what the man didn't expect was that almost everyone's first reaction upon receiving the call was to treat him like a telecom scammer. No one gave him a chance to explain at all. After failing many times, the man suddenly thought of the best candidate. That was his assistant. The man was much smarter this time, knowing that the